Opens man. They'll change defenses, though. They like to switch back from a zone to a man-to-man. They're in the zone right now. Bowling off the baseline of Ballantyne. He wheels, jump, shoots, and put up an air ball. No good. And Glass with a rebound for Northwestern. Here's Glass on the dribble across the timeline. Goes to Lovelace on a drive inside. Will stop and fire it up. That's no good. The rebound, though, tracked down by who's got a Northwestern. That's Hood. Puts it out front now to Euler. Euler's on a drive. Bounce pass to the left side to Glass. Back to Euler. He cuts inside. Will stop and fire it up and caught it. Ryan Euler with a 12-foot runner down the left side of the lane to give Northwestern the early 2-0 lead. And here's the Tigers with a little press action. And Rick Bivens, Bowling, little trap at the timeline. Bowling down the near sidelines across the timeline. Out front with a push pass to Bivens. Swing it left wing to Corpetz. Outside to Bivens. Rotate it right side to Bowling. He'll step up and fire it up. That's no good. Bowling got his own rebound. He drives inside, goes all the way, and lays it up and in. Downey Bowling missed from outside, got the rebound, drove it inside, and scores to tie the ball game at 2. We played 1 minute of the first quarter. Here's a foul now as Ryan Smalley crashes into Danny Wolliver, who had flashed in the middle of the floor at a high post to take the feed across the timeline. And Smalley fouls him, and on Ryan, that'll be his first and team foul number 1.
Ryan Smalley had a great game last night, but he did take a pounding on that inside, so Ryan may be a little sore today.
6:57 to play, first quarter, game tied at 2. Here's Lovelace, bounce pass to the left side, going to Euler. Euler's in the baseline drive, is sealed off, loops the pass out on front now to Hood. Hood rotates it around to the right side to Lovelace. Lovelace on the right wing, flash cut inside Wolliver, back to Lovelace on the right side, drive to the foul line, dish it off now to Hood, shot blocked by Ballantyne, rebound Glass inside, short jumper, good. Bench Glass with the offensive rebound score inside, gives Northwestern a 4-2 lead with 6:31 to play here in the first quarter. Here's the 1-3-1 trap of the timeline. Bivens, Bowling across the line. Near sidelines to Ballantyne, back to Bowling on the wing. Top of the key, Bivens, long jump shot in the air, rimming no good. And the rebound, Corpetz inside late, good. Corpetz took it right away from Hood inside of Northwestern to lay it up and in. And that ties up the ball game at 4. Here's some Kokomo pressure. Lovelace away from Corpetz, long down court, Euler. And Euler just traveled with a basketball. So Euler walks up the left baseline for Northwestern. The ball goes back over to Kokomo. We got 6:09 to play first quarter and a tie ball game at 4. And Bowling will come inbounds now to Bivens as Northwestern falls back into the half-court zone defense. Here comes Bivens. Bivens down the dribble now across the timeline. Bivens sends a pass to the right side to Bowling. Back to Bivens. Bivens trying to check out defense now. Here's Bivens. Out front they go to Bowling. Bowling starts to close in. Back to Bivens. Off the left base now to Corpetz. Here's Corpetz to Bivens. Bivens on a drive. He cuts inside. Goes outside to Bowling. We got a whistle now before the shot and a travel called on Bowling. And he just drained the 20-foot three-pointer from the right side, but it won't count as Donnie Bowling walks before the shot. So the ball goes back over to Northwestern with 5:45 to play here in the first quarter and a tie ball game at 4. Kokomo had come down to press, but then Charlie Hall said, now let's back it off. So the Cans fall back into the half court. Here comes Glass on the dribble across the timeline. Glass starts to penetrate. Dish it off on the right side to Lovelace. Here's Lovelace looking for an opening. Out on top we go to Glass. Rotated Euler. Long bomb in the air. No good. In the lane that is Hood with a rebound. Kick it outside to Lovelace. Here's Lovelace on a baseline drive. Lovelace outside to Glass. He lets fly with a long bomb. That's no good. Rebound taken down by Wolliver. Back to Glass. Left side to Euler. Euler cuts inside. Goes all the way. Shoots one up. No good. And a charge called on Ryan Euler as Ryan Smith. A lot of long rebounds that are coming off. And the Tigers are just simply hustling the basketball early. Bivens, forecourt right side to Bowling. Bowling looking. Back out on front between the circles. They go to Bivens. Return pass to Bowling. Right baseline to Corpetz. Will step up and fire and score. Moncho Corpetz with a line drive. 14-foot jump shot off the right baseline. And Kokomo with a 6-4 lead. Here comes Euler for Northwestern. Through traffic across the timeline. A whistle and a reach-in called on Corpetz. And on Corpetz his first. Team foul number 2. 4:54 to play here in the first quarter. At 6-4. Kokomo in front of Northwestern by 2 points.
Hawkeyes are trying to apply that half-court trap break, but they're just a step slow in being able to apply full pressure.
Lovelace will inbound near sidelines of the front court for the Tigers. Push pass coming inbounds now to Glass. Here's Glass looking over the defense. Off the left base now they go to Euler. Down to low post for cut off. Back to Euler. Here's Euler deep left corner. Euler puts it on the floor. Bounce pass to Glass. Glass drives to the foul line. Right wing feed will go to Lovelace. Lovelace curls to the top of the key, trying to get inside to Wolliver. Knocked away, stolen by Corpetz. Away they go to Bivens. Bivens spins across the timeline. Bivens cutting down the middle of the floor. Goes to Corpetz. Off the left baseline. Corpetz looking back to Bivens. Here's Bivens with the ball. Out front they go to Bowling. Ballantyne been very quiet so far for the Cans. Here's Smalley off the deep left corner. Smalley back out front to Bivens. In the lane, there's Ballantyne and a whistle now. And we got a foul that's going to be called, and that will be whistled on Northwestern. So Dennis Ballantyne flashing in the lane, and the foul was called on Wolliver, and on Danny his first, and team foul number 2.
Danny Wolliver is doing a nice job. He knows that Dennis Ballantyne is very effective when he gets the ball inside the paint. He's really cutting off some of those cutting angles for Dennis.
Valentine coming off a 31-point performance last night against Mechanical. Inbounds bowling off the right baseline. Here's bowling. What's the pass out on front, out of Bivens. Northwestern selling. Here's bowling right wing to Bivens. He'll give Rick the shot, so he lets fly with a long bomb. No good. Corpetz tips no good. Glass rebounds Northwestern. Glass long down court to a streaking Ryan Euler. He cuts inside. Will fire one up. Good. Euler's at his best in the open court, and that time he took it inside. He pulled up and hit a running one-hander from 6 feet out. Ties up the ball game at 6. Here's Bivens across the timeline. High post to Smalley. Wheels it back to Bivens. Left side to Corpetz. Now to Smalley. Turns. Wheels the pass to the right side to Bowling. Downey's long jump shot is good. A three-pointer for the right side hit by Downey Bowling. So Bowling continues to improve on his outside shooting. He's got 23s, and now here's the ball thrown away as Northwestern trying to throw the long down court pass, but way over the head of Hood down court and out of bounds. So the ball will go to Kokomo with the Cats in front by a score of 9-6 following the Bowling 3 with 3 minutes and 38 seconds to play here in the first quarter as Rick Bivens will inbound right underneath Kokomo's basket. Here's Bivens. Left side Corpetz will fire one up. Got it again. 2 more for Macho Corpetz, who hit a leaning 12-foot baseline jump shot. He's got 6. And Kokomo now with a 5-point lead, 11-6. Glass, high post across the timeline to Hood. Here's Hood, has the ball knocked away, stolen by Bowling, and a whistle to foul called on Hood. So Scott Hood picks up the foul. It'll be his first, team foul number 3. And with 3:24 to play here in the first quarter, Kokomo ball. The Cats up by 5, down 11-6.
Donnie Bowling's had a great sectional, Greg. He's really coming on as a player. People talk about his offense, but he's been a very consistently good defensive player all year long.
Bowling and Corpetz have scored all 11 points. Corpetz with 6 and Bowling with 5. Here's Bivens on the dribble across the timeline. Northwestern going 1-3-1 zone. Bivens, right side to Bowling. Bowling, cross court left side out of Bivens. Here's Bivens checking out the defense, seeing exactly what the Tigers are in. Right wing to Bowling. Back out on front now between the circles. Bivens, high post Bowling, right baseline to Corpetz. He's been hot. Covered up, so he goes to Bowling. He's open. He fires and hits again. Downey Bowling with an angle 15-footer for the right side. Makes it 13-6. Kokomo by 7. Here's the ball knocked away and stolen by Corpetz to the Cats. Corpetz down court to Bowling. Here goes Downey again. Flashes inside. Dish off to Valentine down to the low post. Valentine puts it outside to Bivens. Here's Bivens. Return pass to Valentine on a drive. Dennis is cut off nicely by Glass. Valentine hooks it back out front to Bowling. Left side they go to Corpetz. Here's Corpetz. Bowling. Swing it. Bivens. Bivens in a right wing. Now back to Bowling. Another long one in the air. No good this time, but Bivens with a rebound. Back up. Good. Rick Bivens with the offensive put back inside. Makes it 15-6. Kokomo by 9, and Northwestern wants time. So the Tigers take time. Kokomo on a good run, leading by 9 with 2:24.
So it's going to take a little bit longer to get your legs loosened up, and I think that was the case here for the first 2 or 3 minutes of this game.
Kokomo pressing. Here's Euler running the baseline, looking, still looking. Finally fires it long down court to Scott Robinson, who's checking the ball game, and a whistle down and over and back violation called on Northwestern. Good defensive pressure by Kokomo, something they've done well all season long, deny the inbounds pass, and that time Euler just simply could not find anybody open. Finally fired one of the midcourt stripe to Robinson, and the over and back violation was called. So Kokomo gets the ball right back again now. Bivens, forecourt to Bowling. Bivens, Corpetz has it. Free throw line extended left side. Out on top to Bivens. Return pass to Corpetz. He puts it on the floor to the point to Bivens. Rotated right side to Bowling. Skip pass to the left side now to Corpetz. Here's Corpetz, pump faking. Out on top they go to Bivens. Right side to Bowling. Will step up and fire one up. No good. Rebound Ryan Smalley for Kokomo. Here's Smalley looking. Sends it back out front to Bivens. Cats did a nice job offensive rebounding here tonight. Down to low post to Smalley. They just threw the ball away as Corpetz. Trying the interior pass there to Smalley, but was a bit wide on the toss, and the ball goes out of bounds and goes over to Northwestern. Here's Lovelace coming inbounds to Glass. Glass back to Lovelace. Lovelace runs his down court across the timeline. Will pull up and fire a long jump shot and will score. Curls home a 17-footer right behind the free throw line. The first 2 points in the ball game for Chad Lovelace, and makes it 15-8 Kokomo with 1:38 to play in the first. Here's a trapping defense to the timeline for Northwestern. Bowling's got it across the 10-second line. Jumps it out on top to Bivens. Swing it past off the left baseline. Corpetz, and now back out front to Bivens. 1:25 to play here in the first quarter. Kokomo the ball, a 7-point lead at 15-8. Here's Bivens. Left wing to Corpetz. Bivens now to Bowling. Right side quarter court. Down to low post. They go to Valentine for the short turnaround. That's way off the mark. No good. Corpetz loses a rebound, and it's controlled by Glass. Down court to Euler. Euler races back for Northwestern. Euler will pull up left side. Dish it to Glass. Return pass will go to Euler. Here's Euler for the Tigers. Outside now to Lovelace. Lovelace drives. He'll stop and fire one up. That's way short. No good. And the ball goes out of bounds on the air ball, and will go over now to Kokomo is the Northwestern bench. All 3 coaches are up saying, hey, he got hit on the arm, and that's the reason the shot came up short, but no call by the official. And Kokomo basketball with 58 seconds to play here in the first period. Cats up by 7 at 15-8. Bivens recognizing the defense. Looking over the trap of the timeline, across the line. Dish out to the left side of Corpetz, and now back out front. He wheels it past to Bivens. Here's Bivens looking to the Kokomo bench to see how Coach Hall wants to play it here with 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. See if Kokomo holds for one. Bowling to Bivens. Now he starts to back it off, and the Cats will start to throw the ball around now with Bowling. Bivens at the point with 30. And now they completely back it off as Bivens goes right almost to the timeline to retain the dribble out front, and on the standing dribble now, he watches the clock wind down to 20. So Kokomo with a 7-point lead, holding for the final shot of period number 1. Northwestern begins to bring the zone out ever so slightly. Euler and Robinson are at the front of a 2-3 zone. Now Kokomo runs the play. Bowling's got it with 8. Downey looking for an opening. Jumps it off on the left side to Bivens. He'll stop and fire a long jump shot and score a three-pointer from the left side, hit by Rick Bivens. Big shot by Bivens right at the end of the first quarter of play. And the Wildcats with a 10-point lead after 1. Kokomo 18 and Northwestern 8 after 1 period of play tonight in the sectional championship game here at Kokomo. Championship ball down to begin period number 2. As Scott Robinson will inbound to bench Glass. Glass now back to Robinson. Here's Robinson working over left side with a pass to the left wing to Lovelace. He takes it right down to the baseline, hooks it out front to Robinson. Ball batted away, but Robinson controls out front. And Robinson resets the offense, swings a pass to Jeff Jard, who's in the ball game. Jard with a bounce pass to Robinson, starts to close in. Off the left baseline, Glass to Robinson left side. Both Glasses in the ball game now is to Brad and bench Glass. Here's Lovelace. He cuts inside. Lovelace cut off. Jumps it off the left baseline to Robinson. Out front to Lovelace. Here's Lovelace down to a low post to go to Brad Glass, and a jump hook is up and in over Ryan Smalley. Nice post-up move inside there by sophomore Brad Glass to score his first 2 points for Northwestern. And the Tigers down by 8, 18-10, with 7:18 to play here in the second quarter. Here's Rick Bivens down the dribble out front. Swings a pass right side quarter court. Bowling in the lane. They go to Corpetz off the baseline to Ballantyne. Dennis on a drive will stop and fire one up and caught it. Dennis Ballantyne with his first 2 points in the ball game after scoring 31 last night. He had a very quiet first quarter. Here's bench Glass racing back 3-on-2 for Northwestern. Dish off underneath the bucket to Scott Robinson, and we got a whistle down. A holding foul will be called on Kokomo. So Northwestern beat the press well and got the ball, had the advantage inside. And Donnie Bowling called on the foul on Bowling. That'll be his first team foul number 3. So Northwestern will take the ball out of bounds on the common foul. 6:55 to play first half. Kokomo up by 10 at 20-10. Bench Glass will inbound. Here's bench Glass looking. Coming inbounds now to Scott Robinson on the right side. Trying to get it down low to Brad Glass again, but this time Macho Corpetz with good hustle diving and knocking the interior pass away and drove it out of bounds. So the ball stays with Northwestern off the right baseline. Bench Glass will again inbound. Sends a pass to Lovelace. Lovelace on a drive to the free throw line. His shot from the left side to Robinson. That shot blocked by Ballantyne. Rebound Robinson. Pass stolen. Bowling. Downey got a breakaway. Goes all the way in for the slam dunk. Slam dunk by Downey Bowling. He made the steal and got the breakaway and just jammed one. And Kokomo leads by 12 at 22-10. Brad Glass for Northwestern across the line to Lovelace. His pull-up jump shot. That rims out no good. And the rebound taken down by Kokomo. The Cats have it as Smalley releases in the backcourt to Bivens. He runs it up across the timeline. Far sidelines they go to Corpetz on a baseline drive. All the way. Shot partially blocked and a rebound taken down by Robinson. Robinson for Northwestern across the line. He sends it now to Lovelace on a baseline drive. That shot's up no good, but a whistle of foul called. And Chad Lovelace will go to Northwestern's line for 2. With 6:15 to play first half, 22-10. Kokomo up by 12 as that foul whistled on Ryan Smalley. Now Smalley his second and team foul number 4.
Well, Kokomo had the 10-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Northwestern had 7 turnovers, and I'm sure that's a few too many for Coach Mark Johnson. He wants his ball club to stay close, as he mentioned on the pregame, and they're going to have to cut the turnovers down if they want to do that.
Well, some substitutions now is Big Jim Bell. Told me his goggles got broken last night, so he's going to play without them here tonight. So Bell is in the ball game for Smalley. Also Hood, along with Euler, have re-entered the Northwestern lineup. Lovelace for 2. His first free throw is good. He is a tremendous foul shooter at 90% from the line now on the season. 22-11. Kokomo has the score doubled on Northwestern with 6:15 to play here in the second quarter. Lovelace back to the stripe now for one more. Second free throw is up and good. So Lovelace with his 4th point of the ball game makes it 22-12. Here's Northwestern with some pressure in the backcourt now. Bivens working up the floor, gets it away to Bowling. Bowling back to Bivens. Bivens high post across the sideline to Bell. Just threw the ball away, trying to get it to Corpetz. Knocked away and out of bounds, and it will belong to Northwestern. So the Wildcats turn the ball over for only the 3rd time so far in the ball game. They've been handling the ball well in this tournament. Last night, I believe they had only 10 or 11 turnovers in a real up-and-down type of ball game against Mechaniquad. So Northwestern ball. Here's Glass, forecourt right side. Get it down to a low post now to Brad Glass. Send it outside to Ben Glass to Euler for the long popper that's up and in. A two-pointer. His foot was on the line. An 18-footer from the left side hit by Ryan Euler. That's his 6th point of the ball game. It makes it 22-14. Northwestern battles back to within 8. Here's Foley down the run across the timeline. Foley double team. Sends it out front now to Bivens. Bivens checks over that Northwestern 2-1-2 zone. Left wing to Corpetz. Bivens, rotated right side. Bowling will step up and fire and hit. Another long jump shot hit by Johnny Bowling, who's got 11 first-half points. 24-14, Kokomo by 10. 5:22 to play first half. Bench Glass jumps it up across the timeline to Lovelace. In the middle to Brad Glass. Bobbles back to Bench Glass. Rotated Euler. Another open shot in the air and good. This time's a 3. So Ryan Euler with some fine long-range shooting. He's got 9. He's a streak shooter. When he gets on a roll, look out. 24-17. Northwestern battles back to within 7. Bowling across the timeline. Valentine got an open alley to the bucket. Will pull up and fire and miss from 12. Rebound, Brad Glass at Northwestern. Brad Glass clears it away in the backcourt to Euler. Here's Euler now away to Bench Glass. So the Tigers with the ball down by 7. 4:50 to play first half. Bench Glass runs it up across the line. Down inside Euler. He fakes, wheels, jump shot blocked by Jim Bell. But the rebound taken down by Euler. Outside they go to Bench Glass to the left wing to Lovelace. Long one in the air. Good! Three-pointer by Chad Lovelace. And Northwestern pulls it within 4. The Tigers an outstanding long-range shooting team, and they're bombing from out. 4:20, Kokomo by 4. Bell across the timeline. Valentine closes in. He stops, fires, no good. Rebound Northwestern. The Tigers with the ball. Here they come. They're on one of their patented runs. Bench Glass will pull up. Go to Euler on the left wing. Here's Euler looking. Euler dribbling around. Bounce pass now to Hood. Hood out on top to Euler. He cuts inside. Drops it off to Lovelace. Lovelace on a baseline drive. Goes all the way inside. Dish off to Glass. Bench fires. Good! Bench Glass with a 10-footer for the right side. Kokomo on time. Northwestern pulls it within 2 with a tremendous run here midway through the second quarter.
Points, and he wants to continue that, but he's going to have to be a little bit more patient, I think.
Johnny Bowling jumper gave Kokomo a 24-14 lead, but Northwestern has scored 8 in a row to close it within 2. Bivens across the timeline to Bowling. Bivens swing a pass to the left side to Corpetz. Back out on top to Bivens to Corpetz. Lob it in the lane now to Valentine, working for the shot. He drives, shoots, no, but a whistle, a foul called.
And so far, I think Northwestern's done an excellent job of denying him the basketball in those positions. Dennis has had to come out on the floor to try to get the basketball, and hasn't really been in a good offensive flow. That particular time, he got the ball right where he wanted to and drew the foul.
Kokomo led by the 11 points of Johnny Bowling. Valentine's first free throw is no good. So Dennis Valentine, after a great night shooting last night, he's having a hard time finding the range here tonight so far. Northwestern being led in scoring by the 9 points of Ryan Euler and 7 points of Chad Lovelace. One more free throw for Valentine. Second shot up, no good. And the rebound, though, controlled by Bowling, and a whistle down, a foul called on Northwestern. Good hustle by Johnny Bowling coming down with that rebound. Here's Rick Bivens looking. Bivens coming inbounds now to Corpetz. Now back to Bivens, and he swings top of the key on the dribble. Bivens running the point against the Northwestern zone. Bowling to the point to Bivens. Here's Bivens. Swing a pass to the weak side to Corpetz to the right side, and he just traveled with the basketball. Corpetz walks. Northwestern ball. Tigers with a chance to tie. Again, they're on an 8-point run here midway through the second quarter. They trail by 2 at 24-22. Kokomo pressing. Lovelace coming inbounds to Glass. Bench Glass working up the floor, one-on-one with Johnny Bowling. Great matchup there. Here's Bench across the timeline. Little stop-and-go move. He cuts inside, goes all the way, scoops it up and in! Basket counts and a foul! Oh, my, what a shot by Bench Glass. I can't believe he's 7% foul shooter on the year. Glass with a chance to give Northwestern the lead. Free throw in the air, no good. And the long rebound tracked down by Kokomo. Can't have it. Jeff Bender's in the ball game for the first time tonight. And it is Brian Wiedenhoff. Bender across the timeline. Listen to the Northwestern fans across the way. Their ball club has scored 10 in a row to tie the ball game. Here's Bender out on top. Bender for 3. Ribby no good. Corpetz with a rebound and a whistle. A foul called on Northwestern's Wolliver, and that's in the second. Bender lobs a pass inbounds to Corpetz. Here's Corpetz. On the right side, they go to Bender. Bender back to Corpetz. Corpetz looking. Now Bender on the right side. Here's Bender circling out front to Wiedenhoff at the point. Wiedenhoff swings a pass to Bender on a drive. Now back to Wiedenhoff. He'll launch a long one. Good! A three-pointer for the right side hit by Brian Wiedenhoff. 27-24. Big shot by Wiedenhoff. Glass long down court to Hood. Here's Hood in the forecourt for Northwestern. Hood sends it back outside of the trailer. Euler. Euler with a bounce pass to Lovelace off the left baseline. Lovelace will drive. Dish it off underneath the Brad Glass. Short jumper. Good! Brad Glass high Up and in off the glass for his fourth point. 27-26. What a lift Brad Glass has given Northwestern off the bench. Kokomo by one. Press broken. Bowling on a drive inside. He cuts inside. Will stop and fire one up and will miss. And the rebound. We got a whistle, a foul called. And it's whistled on Corpets of Kokomo. So Macho Corpets is coming in bounds to Euler. Knocked away. Ball rolling free. Controlled. Who's got it? And finally a jump ball called. And it will go over to Kokomo. Good hustle by Corpets. Sprawling down the floor to tie up Brad Glass. And a Kokomo substitution now is Rick Bivens will check in the Kokomo lineup, and Macho Corpets will go out. So Bender, Wiedenhoff, Bivens, very small lineup with Bowling and Valentine on the floor. The catch
shot. They're going to force Kokomo to hit some threes to beat him, but they're not going to allow Dennis Valentine to go wild on the inside.
Valentine has been held to only 2 points tonight. Here's Bender across the line. Sends it pass to Bivens. Out front they go to Bender. Now to Wiedenhoff. Brian has turned into one of Kokomo's better long-range shooters. Bivens, Wiedenhoff, out front to Bender. Here's Bender at the point. Now to Wiedenhoff. Here's Wiedenhoff looking, still looking, finally sends it Bender in the lane. Valentine, ball knocked away, stolen by Euler. Euler races back for Northwestern across the timeline. Euler pushed past the bench, glass out front. Now to Loveless on the right wing. Loveless will drive, stop, and fire up a long one. Good! A two-pointer by Chad Loveless, a high-arching 18-pointer for the right side. And Northwestern with a 1-point lead on Kokomo. 28-27 with 1:35 to play here in the second quarter. Here's Bender away to Wiedenhoff. Wiedenhoff down the near sidelines across the timeline. Bowling, Downey closes in off the right baseline. Bowling is cut off. Looking down to a low post, they go to Valentine. He wheels, jump, shoots, and will miss off the glass. And a rebound taken down by Loveless of Northwestern. The Tigers with the ball, a 1-point lead with 1:20 to play in the first half. Loveless down the dribble across the line. Loveless driving right side. We got a whistle now. A foul will be called. It's whistled on Kokomo. That'll be team foul number 7, which sends Northwestern to the foul line.
Almost to that three-point area to get the ball.
Glass fires to a line and hits. Ben's Glass with point number 7. Northwestern by 2, 29-27. 1:16 to play here in the second quarter. Tigers off to a slow start tonight, but they have battled back here in the second quarter. Got a big 10-point run midway through the second to tie. Now they've taken the lead. Glass fires again and will rim out, no good. And Bivens rebounds for Kokomo. The Cats with the ball down by 2 with 1:10 to play here in the second quarter. Jeff Bender across the midcourt double rings. He sends a pass to Wiedenhoff on the right wing, off the right baseline of Bowling. Downey's long-range jump shot is good. Downey Bowling with a high-arching 15-footer off the right side. 29-29, the ball game is tied. Here's Euler, double team in the backcourt. Jumps it up to Brad Glass across the timeline. The bench Glass and a travel now called on bench Glass. So the ball goes back over to Kokomo now with 54 seconds to play first half, and the game tied at 29.
This is what I think Kokomo needs to do. They have to keep the pressure on Northwestern, try to disrupt their offensive rhythm.
Wiedenhoff coming in, bounds down to Bender. Northwestern applying some pressure. Wiedenhoff in the middle, Bender. Across the timeline, Bivens. Bivens out front now to Bender. See how Kokomo plays it now with 40 to play here in the first half. Bivens has it. Out front, Bender. Now to Wiedenhoff. Right baseline, Bowling. Another long jump shot. No good this time with a rebound. Controlled by Loveless to Northwestern. Tigers with the ball. Here comes Loveless down the run across the timeline. Loveless, Brad Glass, right side to bench Glass. He's on a baseline drive. Dish off to Brad Glass. Play it good! Little finger roll inside. Brad Glass from Brother Benj. And Northwestern with a 2-point lead. 31-29 with 18 to play here in the first half. Here's Wiedenhoff for Kokomo in the middle to Bender. Bender across the timeline to Bivens with 12. Here's Bivens out front to Bender with 10. Bender swings a pass to Wiedenhoff with 8 outside to Bender. Long three in the air. Good! Jeff Bender with a 20-footer out front. Kokomo with a 1-point lead. Loveless puts one up at the buzzer. No good. So after one half of basketball, what a game we got going. A big three-pointer by Jeff Bender right at the end of the first half has given Kokomo a 1-point lead over Northwestern. It's Kokomo 32 and Ben's Glass, Euler, Wolliver, and Brad Glass down the court for the Tigers. Kokomo counters with this starters of Corpets, Valentine, Smalley, Bowling, and Bivens. Euler's got it front court left side. Here's Euler for Northwestern with a bounce pass to Loveless. Loveless return pass to Euler for the long three. That's good. Ryan Euler with a 22-footer for the left wing. He's got 12, 2 threes in the ball game. And Northwestern with a 2-point lead, 34-32. Here comes Bivens for Kokomo. Bivens to Bowling. Bowling across the timeline. Far sidelines to Valentine. Bowling, and out front they go now to Bivens. Here's Bivens looking over that Northwestern zone. Push pass near sidelines to Corpets. Out on top to Bivens. Bivens goes right side to Bowling. Downey's long jump shot. That's no good, but Corpets with a rebound inside. He wheels, jump shoots, and scores off the glass. So Macho Corpets with his 8 points ties up the ball game at 34 with 7:19 to play here in the third. Euler on the dribble. Has picked out the dribble now looking. Jumps it up across the timeline to Hood. Here's Hood holding back to Euler. Euler sends a pass to Loveless on the left side. Loveless drives now to Euler. Here's Euler. He cuts inside and a whistle of travel called on Euler of Northwestern. So the ball goes back over to Kokomo. Cats with a chance to take the lead. 7:07 to play in the third. Here's Bivens, near sidelines to the front court to Bowling, now back to Bivens. Bivens dribbles up the floor now across the 10-second line. Sends a pass to Korpatz, left side quarter court to Bivens. Now to Bowling, right baseline to Ballantyne. Will let fly with a long bomb. That's no good. And Brad Glass with the rebound. Long down court to Euler. One-on-one with Bowling. He cuts inside. Will stop and fire. That is no good. And Bowling with a rebound for Kokomo. Here comes Bowling for the Cats up the floor in a hurry. Dowdy across the timeline. He drives, stops, and fires up a 15-footer. That's an air ball. No good. Ball rolling free. Goes out of bounds, and it was last touched by Northwestern. So Kokomo basketball, 6:39 to play in the third. Game tied at 34. Bivens will inbound for the Cats off the right baseline. Here's Bivens getting the ball from the officials. Coming inbounds to Ballantyne. He sends a pass out front to Korpatz. Lob it underneath the bucket to Ballantyne. He catches, jumps, shoots, and scores with the right hand. Pretty move by Dennis Ballantyne to score his fourth point. And Kokomo the 2-point lead at 36-34. Here's Ben Glass across the timeline to Lovelace. He weaves his way with a bounce pass to Euler on a drive. Back to Lovelace. Lovelace cuts in the lane now. Dish off to Ben Glass. Now to Euler. He's wide open. Three-pointer. No good. And the long rebound control Ballantyne. Ballantyne races across the timeline. Here's Ballantyne holding. Now back to the trailer. Bivens left side to Korpatz. His long jump shot in the air. Rimmy no good. And the rebound Ballantyne. Short jump shot. Got it. Pretty move inside by Dennis Ballantyne, who scored back-to-back buckets. And Kokomo now with the 4-point lead at 38-34. Here's the ball knocked away, but is controlled by Brad Glass. Here's Glass back outside to Euler. They're a little slow on the trigger up there in the scoreboard. Kokomo should have 38. Here's Euler on a drive, stopping. Bounce pass out front to Lovelace. Here's Lovelace with the ball. Lovelace dribbling around now. Kokomo has cranked up the D. Bounce pass to Ben's Glass, far sidelines. Glass inside the go. Brad Glass, short jumper blocked. Brad Glass, rebound back up, good! Brad Glass had a shot blocked by Korpatz. He got his rebound and scored. He's got 8. 38-36. Kokomo by 2. Action picking up both ways now with 5:25 to play in the third. Bivens across the timeline to Bowling. Deep right baseline. Ballantyne. Dennis fields a long jump shot. Good. Dennis Ballantyne with a 17-footer off the right baseline. He's hit 3 in a row. 40-36. The Cats by 4. Ben Glass runs the dribble up across the timeline. Sends it to Euler. Euler's on a baseline drive. Goes all the way. Scoops enough. No good. Ballantyne rebounds. Outlet Bowling. Kokomo's got the numbers. Bowling races down court. Downey cuts inside. Goes all the way. Fires it up and in. But no basket. A foul will be called out.
Down a little bit. Try to make it a half-court.
Ballantyne, Korpatz, left corner, Ballantyne. Another long one. Rimmy, no good. And the rebound taken down by Brad Glass. Long down court to Hood. Hood races to the bucket. He cuts inside. A whistle. A blocking foul will be called on Korpatz. So Macho Korpatz commits the foul. That'll be his third. Kokomo fans looking for a charge, but Korpatz whistled on the block. It's a common foul. The Cats will fall back on defense as Northwestern will take the ball out of bounds. 4:53 to play in the third. Jeff Bender getting set to check into the Kokomo lineup now, and Korpatz will go out. It's a 4-point Kokomo lead at 40-36.
Northwestern has to be a little bit careful. Kokomo's on the verge of making a little run, which will get that lead back up to 10. I'm sure Coach Mark Johnson wants to slow things down, look to get the good shot.
Northwestern had a 2-point lead early on in this quarter, but it's been Dennis Ballantyne time. Here's the inbounds. Lovelace is open. Short jump shot. Rimmy, no good. Tipped up, no good. Rebound. Hood back inside. That's blocked, but a whistle, a foul called. And that's going to be whistled on Dennis Ballantyne.
Good timing on the ball.
Hood for 2. First free throw is good. Scott Hood with his first point in tonight's ball game makes it 40-37. 4 minutes and 49 seconds to play in the third quarter. Sectional championship on the line here tonight at Kokomo's Memorial Gym. Here's Hood, fires again from the line, hits. Scott Hood with 2 free throws makes it 40-38. Here's the press for Northwestern. Bivens working up the floor slowly. Gets it away to Bender in the backcourt. Now back to Bivens. Across the timeline. High post to Smalley. Left side to go to Ballantyne. Ballantyne wheels it out front to Bender. Right side. Ballantyne fires one up. No good. And the rebound taken down by Northwestern. Ben's Glass with the ball. Glass is bumped and fouled to the backcourt by Donnie Bowling. Foul number 3 on Kokomo here in the second half.
Dennis Ballantyne taking about a 17-footer, and the ball's hitting the front of the rim. Maybe a little bit out of his range.
Lovelace coming in, bounce out of Ben's Glass. Here's Ben Glass, double teamed out front looking. In the lane to Brad Glass, right side Hood. He fires it up, no good. And the rebound controls Ballantyne. Ballantyne away from trouble in the backcourt, clears it away to Donnie Bowling. Bowling runs it up across the timeline. Bowling stops, high post Smalley, sends it Bivens, right side Bender. Bender jumps it back out front to Bivens. Ball thrown away, but controlled now by Bowling. So Bowling for Kokomo. Here's Bowling between the circles now to Bivens. Kokomo resets with 4:05 to play in the third. Cats up by 2, 40-38. Bivens in the right side to Bender. Ballantyne calling for the ball down low. Instead, Bivens will launch a long 3 and score. Rick Bivens rattles home a 20-footer out front. For Bivens, his second 3. He's got 8 points in the ball game. 43-38, Kokomo by 5. Here comes Ben Glass down court and just threw the ball away. Trying to get it to Hood off the baseline, but zipped it behind him and out of bounds. So the ball goes back to Kokomo. 3:44 to play, third quarter. Cats up by 5 at 43-38. Jeff Bender will inbound. Bender coming inbounds now to Rick Bivens. Here's Bivens. Looks to the Kokomo bench now for instructions. Bivens looping cross-court pass to the right side across the timeline to Bender. Here's Bender looking at a trapping 1-3-1 zone defense. Out front they go now to Bivens. Bivens on the standing dribble just in front of the timeline. 3:25 to play in the third. Kokomo with a 5-point lead at 43-38. Bowling top of the key. One dribble left side off the left baseline. Bender with a long bomb. That's no good. The rebound, Valentine. Dennis wheels, jump, shoots. That's no good off the glass. Rebound control inside. Bowling back up. Good. Downey Bowling with the offensive rebound score inside. He's got 15. And Kokomo down with a 7-point lead. Here's Lovelace for Northwestern across the timeline to Brad Glass. Left baseline to Hood. Here's Hood. He circles out front. Scott Hood with a pass between the circles to Lovelace. Left side Oiler. Oiler's on a drive inside. He's cut up along the baseline. Hooks it back to Lovelace on the left side. Here's Lovelace dribbling around. On the weave they go now to Oiler, and he just stepped on the sideline. So Northwestern turns the ball over again, and the Tigers want time. So Northwestern calls time. 2:46 to play in the third. Kokomo's opened up a 7-point advantage at 45-38. And with the break in the play now, let's again turn things over to Tom.
All right, Greg, let's start with Young's Water Conditioning. Kokomo, Tipton, Peru, Logansport, and Delphi. Serving North Central Indiana since 1941. For all your water needs, Young's Culligan Water Conditioning. Your American Family Agents in Kokomo, Bob Monroe, Ben Bossum, and Dave Gossman. American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Americana Healthcare Center, Kokomo's long-term care expert.
And the Tigers will fall back on defense now as Kokomo has the basketball. Rick Bivens. Bivens on the dribble across the timeline. Bivens to Bender. Here's Bender stopping. Right baseline to Bowling. Will step up and fire and will rim out. No good. And the rebound taken down by Lovelace in Northwestern. Tigers with the ball trailing by 7. Lovelace down court to Ryan Oiler, the front court right side. To the point to Lovelace. Starts to penetrate. Dish off to Glass to the left wing. Bench Glass. Here's Bench Glass. Top of the key now to Dart. Dart with the basketball. Dribbling around. Looking over that Kokomo zone. Dart sends a pass to Lovelace. Bobbles the ball. Lovelace high post to Wolliver. Left baseline Oiler. He's open. He fires way short. No good. Lovelace rebounded. He just lost the ball inside. He gets it back. Hooks one now to Bench Glass. Outside they go to Oiler. Return pass to Bench Glass. Back to Oiler. Here's Oiler top of the key. Oiler with a bounce pass to Lovelace. He'll let fly with a long bomb. That's short. No good. Lovelace got his own rebound. And Northwestern resets the offense. 1:53 to play in the third. Here's Lovelace. Right side to Glass. Glass with the basketball. Guns a pass to Lovelace. He fakes. He drives. He stops. He fires and will miss. And the rebound taken down by Bowling. Bowling double team to the backcourt. Looking for the outlet. Gets it away now to Bivens. Bivens for Kokomo. Runs it up across the center stripe near sidelines. Cats with the ball, still up by 7. Here's Valentine with a long jump shot that's good. Dennis Valentine just rained in an 18-footer up the left baseline. He's got 10 points, 8 here in the third quarter, and Kokomo leads by 9, 47-38. 1:22 to play in the third. Bench Glass down court to Ryan Oiler. He'll let fly with a long bomb. That's good. A 2-pointer, 17-footer from the left side, hit by Ryan Oiler as he answers back quickly, and Joe Corpetz is in the ball game for Valentine. Kokomo basketball. Here comes Bivens working up the floor. Northwestern trapping his timeline. Bivens, Bender. Now to Bivens across the timeline. Bivens double teamed. Clears it away to Bender. Bender, nice catch by Bowling out the right baseline. Bowling sends it long out front now to Bivens with 58. Here's Bivens dribbling around. Northwestern sits back in the zone. Bivens right side quarter court to Bender. Back to Bivens at the point. Bivens, Bender far sideline. Out front now to Bivens with 45. Here's Bivens. Bender has it. Now to Bivens. Push pass to the left side to Corpetz. Back to Bivens. Kokomo may hold for the final shot of the third quarter. It's done a nice job the previous 2 quarters, but at the end of the period hitting baskets. A big free hit right at the end of the second quarter by Jeff Bender, in fact, gave Kokomo the lead at the half. Here's Bivens dribbling around now with 20. So Kokomo setting up for the final shot of the third quarter, leading by 7 points at 47-40. Here's Bivens now with 15. Now Kokomo starts to run the play. Bivens with 10. Going to Corpetz. Here's Corpetz with the ball with 8. Corpetz to Bender. Now to Corpetz out front to Bivens with 5. Bivens circling around, looking, will stop and launch a long one. That's an air ball, no good, and that's it for 3 quarters of play. So after 3 quarters of basketball, it's Kokomo by 7 over Northwestern. Kokomo 47 and Northwestern 40. And back with our 4th and final quarter, but first here's down again with some more of our sports. It'll be Bender, Bivens, Corpetz, Smalley, and Bowling on the floor for Kokomo. Northwestern with Lovelace, Hood, Brad Glass, Euler, and bench glass. Here's the 1-3-1 for Northwestern. Corpetz has it for the Cats off the right baseline. The Bender, Jeff's long bomb is in the air, no good. Rebound tip, no good. Bivens has it, knocked away, but Bivens tracks it down for Kokomo. Out front to Bender and now to Bivens. So the Cats, another offensive rebound. Rick Bivens, push pass to the left side, going to Corpetz. Here's Corpetz, back out on top now to Bivens. Slowly edges over to the right side, bounce pass down the low post to Bowling. Back to Bivens, his long corner jump shot, that's no good. And the rebound taken down by Lovelace to Northwestern. So the Tigers with the ball, still down by 7. Ben Glass runs it up now across the center stripe. Glass sends a pass to Euler on the left side. Back to the point to Ben Glass. He cuts inside, will stop and fire one up. That's no good. And the rebound taken down by Smalley of Kokomo. Smalley gets it away now to Bivens to the backcourt. Here comes Bivens for the Cats. He'll change hands in a dribble. Bivens across the midcourt, double rings. Bivens, push pass near sidelines, Corpetz. Deep left corner, Smalley. Left wing, Corpetz. Out front to Bivens. Here's Bivens with 6:50 to play in the game. Still no scoring here in the fourth and final quarter. Valentine getting sent to check in at the next dead ball for Kokomo. Here's Bivens to Corpetz, directing traffic on the left side. Back on top they go to Bivens. Now to Corpetz. He'll not fly with a long jump shot. That's no good. Rebound tip no good. Rebound inside and controlled by Glass of Northwestern. Long down court to Euler. To Hood. Inside layup is good. Scott Hood took the long down court pass to score underneath and make it a 47-42 ball game. Leads at 5 for Kokomo with 6:20 left. Here comes Bivens working up the floor. Gets it away to Bender. Now to Bivens. Oh, Mark Johnson is furious in front of that Northwestern bench. Bender runs it to the basket. Dish up on the right side to Bowling. Down the other way. Lost the ball, but it was for the foul call. A blocking foul called on Northwestern.
And you never know. They've come down to the end. They could have a chance to win it.
So 2 shots for Downey Bowling. Downey's first one is up, rimming good. So Bowling hits from the line. That's point number 16 tonight for Downey Bowling. 16 for Bowling and 10 for Valentine. For Northwestern, they got 14 from Euler, leading the way for them. 48-42. Kokomo by 6. Here's Bowling's next one in the air, rimming no good. And the rebound taken down by Brad Glass. Brad Glass gets it away now to Ben Glass. Ben Glass across the timeline. Euler has the left wing to Ben Glass at the point. Here's Ben Glass looking. Sends it to Euler. Euler quickly covered up off the left baseline. They go to Lovelace. Here's Lovelace on a drive. Inside Brad Glass to Euler. Ball deflected away. Stolen Downey Bowling. Here's Bowling for Kokomo. Looking for the outlet of the backcourt. Fires it up court across the timeline to Ryan Smalley. Smalley on the left side now to Corpetz. And back out front they go to Bivens. So Kokomo the ball. 6-point lead. 5:40 left. Bowling. Bivens. Kokomo throwing the ball around now using some clock. Northwestern still in the zone defense. Lovelace on the right side they go to Bowling. Lovelace chasing out front. Here's Bowling. Back to Bivens now with 5:25. Mark Johnson over there in front of that Northwestern bench telling his players to start to come out now. Here's Bivens for the ball as Kokomo has worked the clock down to 5:20 now. Bivens dribbling around. Northwestern has gone straight man-to-man. Here's Bivens circling left side. This is what Kokomo wanted. The man-to-man matchup. Here's Bivens dribbling around. Bivens starts to penetrate. Bivens off the left baseline of Corpetz. Corpetz back to Bivens in the left wing. Here's Bivens now with exactly 5 minutes left in the game, and Kokomo wants time. So Kokomo calls time. 4:57 left in the ball game. The Cats in front of Northwestern.
Careful, not underestimate this fired-up Northwestern team.
It'll be Kokomo basketball to inbound now as Bivens will come inbounds to Bowling away to Bivens. Here comes Rick Bivens now on the dribble across the timeline. Northwestern still going 1-3-1 zone. So let's see if Kokomo will toss the ball around now. Here's Corpetz, left baseline to Bowling. Down a long corner, jump shot, no good. The rebound, though, Smalley inside. He puts it up, no, but it was to the foul called. So Bowling misfired off the left base.
Chance to score.
Smalley for 2. First free throw is good for Ryan Smalley, his first point in the ball game. Kokomo leads by 7, 49-42. 4 minutes and 41 seconds left. Here's one more free throw coming up now for Smalley. As they get everybody set now around the free throw circle. Smalley's next shot is in the air, and that too is good. So Ryan Smalley with a couple of free throws gives Kokomo now the 8-point lead, 50-42. Cats are pressing. Here's Glass bumped to the backcourt. Valentine sent flying, no call. Glass long down court, ball knocked away, and his pass intercepted by Bivens. Bivens is double teamed. Bivens looking. We got a whistle down. A foul will be called on Northwestern as Jeff Darn commits the full inbound. Bivens to Bowling, now away to Bivens. Now Northwestern will go straight man-to-man. As Rick Bivens now will cross the center stripe. Bivens for the bounce pass to Corpatz to the left side. Alley-oop inside to Bivens to the life is good. Kokomo loves to run that play with the weak side guard breaking backdoor. Corpatz set up Bivens for a wide-open layup inside. 52-42, the lead's at 10. Here's a steal by Valentine. 3-on-1. Valentine cuts inside, dish off to Bowling. Down he's pipe off it in. Beautiful shot there. Valentine to Bowling. Kokomo by 12. Northwestern wants time. Oh, my, the place was coming inbounds down to Ben's Glass. Kokomo falls back into the zone. Glass across the timeline. Glass on a drive will stop right side. Dish it off to Euler. Right base down to go now to Faulkner is checked into Euler for the three. That's no good. And Valentine rebounds for the Cats. Valentine releases in the backcourt down to Bivens. Kokomo basketball. Cats up by 12 with 3:40 left in the ball game. Bivens across the 10-second line. Kokomo spreads open the floor. Here's Bivens. High post to Smalley. Right side they go to Valentine and out front Bowling. Now to Bivens with 3:33 left. Here's Bivens. Northwestern starting to come out of the zone and go man-to-man now. Bivens starts to close in. Left baseline Corpatz will let fly with a jump shot. That's no good. Rebound inside. Back up. Valentine is good. Another offensive putback inside. This one by Dennis Valentine. He's got 12. And Kokomo leads now by 14. 56-42. The Cats are up. Here's Lovelace in the front court. Hooks a pass to Glass at the top of the key. Glass on a drive will stop. Go to Faulkner on the left wing. Off the left baseline to Euler. Euler, Faulkner. Northwestern needs someone to step up and start to score for the Tigers now. Glass in the weave to Lovelace for the long three. That's no good. And Valentine with another rebound. Valentine's outlet going to Bivens. Kokomo the ball, a 14-point lead. Oh, it's been a Cat defense here in the second half. Let's turn the ball game around. 2:50 left in the ball game. Bivens across the timeline with a looping pass to Corpatz and now back to Bivens. Here's Bivens for Kokomo, circling around on the dribble. He's double-teamed. Bivens looking inside. Feed will go to Valentine. Nice catch by Valentine. Valentine holds and hooks it long cross-court to Bivens now with 2:33 left. Bivens sends a pass off the left baseline to Corpatz. Kokomo throwing the ball around with 2:27 left in a 14-point lead. Here's Corpatz. Left baseline will drive. Will stop. Corpatz has his pass kicked away and out of bounds by Faulkner. It'll stay with Kokomo with 2:22 left and the Cats up by 14.
Northwestern's going to have to pick up the defensive intensity, if nothing else. Try to get a couple of fouls to put Kokomo on the line and stop the clock.
Kokomo basketball. Chance will play it in. Baseline left. Rick Bivens. Getting the ball from the official. Coming in bounce to Corpatz and now away they go to Bivens. Bivens circles out front. Bivens picked up by Lovelace now with 2:15 left. And Bivens just kicked the ball away and out of bounds. So Kokomo turns it over. Northwestern basketball. The Tigers scored only 9 third-quarter points, and they have only 2 points here in the fourth quarter. That was a field goal and a breakaway by Scott Hood. Here's Ben Glass on the dribble across the timeline. Glass will stop, top of the key, and look. Bounce pass to Faulkner. Faulkner inside to Brad Glass. He drives, stops, fires off the glass. No good. Rebound, Ryan Smalley. Smalley has the ball knocked away, gets it back, and a whistle and a foul called on Faulkner of Northwestern. So Guy Faulkner picks up the foul. That'll be his first. That's a common foul with 2:02 left in the ball game. Kokomo will take the ball out of bounds. That's team foul number 4. Cats go up by 14 at 56-42. Northwestern will come down court now and press. Bowling will inbound. Here's Bowling looking, coming inbounds down to Corpatz. To Bowling. Away they go to Bivens. Bivens dribbling up the floor now. Jumps a looping pass down the far sidelines of the front court to Valentine. Valentine to the middle of the floor. Now down they go to Bivens now with 1:49 left. Here's Bivens. Whistle. Foul called out front on Lovelace. That'll be team foul number 5. Still a common foul. So Kokomo ball now with 1:46 left, and the Cats up 56-42.
Again, another illustration. What Northwestern has to do, they must pick up the defensive intensity on this half court. Kokomo very content just to pass the ball around.
Bivens inbounds to Valentine, and now away they go to Rick Bivens. Bivens shortly in the backcourt. Bivens across the midcourt, double rings. He goes to Corpatz. Corpatz on a drive away from Faulkner. Cuts down the lane. Will fire up a runner. No good. And the rebound. We got a whistle, and a rebounding foul inside will be called. And that one's whistled on Kokomo. So Corpatz whistled on the foul. That'll be his 4th. And a common foul on the Cats. Team foul number 4 on Kokomo here in the second half of play. So Northwestern basketball with 1:33 left. And Kokomo up by 14. Inbounds going to Lovelace. Lovelace down the floor. Lovelace will stop on the left side. Dish off to Ben's Glass. Now to Lovelace. Lovelace is going to launch a long bomb that's up, no good. Rebound tipped up, no good. Glass has it inside. Bench will fire up, no good. Rebound fought for, rolling free. Still rolling loose, and finally a jump ball called. So on the alternating possession, the ball stays with Northwestern with 1:17 left. And still 56-42 Kokomo. Northwestern with only 2 points here in the fourth quarter. after trailing by 7 after 3 at 47-40. The Tigers have been outscored 9-2 here in the fourth stanza. And it looks like we're going to have an official's timeout here as the mop-up job again taking place, this time right underneath that Northwestern basket where the wild scramble was moments ago. Here's Glass getting the ball from the official, looking inside, pass knocked away, stolen by Bivens. They try to get it right underneath the bucket to Ryan Euler, but it was deflected away, and Rick Bivens picks up the loose ball. Bivens away from Euler to Bowling across the timeline. Bowling dribbling around, Downey double team. Bowling looking as the ball knocked away, but 13 first half points. Bowling's free throw is in the air and good. Bowling with 19. 12 for Valentine. There are two double-figure scorers tonight. Northwestern with Euler in double figures with 14. That is it in the way of double-figure scores for the Tigers. Bowling's second free throw is good. Downey with 20 tonight. 58-42. Kokomo by 16. Bench Glass across the timeline will stop and launch a long one. Blocked by Bowling. Smalley rebounds. Smalley away to Bivens. Kokomo contesting all Northwestern shots here in the second half of play. Here's Bowling in the front court, dribbling around. Jumps it off to Corpetz now with 48. Kokomo with a 16-point lead. Corpetz on a drive. Corpetz back outside to Bowling now with 40. Here's Bowling, heads to the middle of the floor on a drive, stopping, pivoting, looking. Flips it back out front to Bivens now with 35. Here's Bivens. Little reverse spin move on Lovelace. Away they go to Corpetz with 30. Here's Corpetz circling, center of the floor. Corpetz away from a double team, cuts inside, drops it off. Valentine late good. Two more for Dennis Valentine off the assist for Macho Corpetz, and Kokomo down by 18. Here's Lovelace across the timeline. Left side they go to Hood. He'll fake, jump, shoot, and will miss. Rebound taken down by Corpetz. Outlet pass going to Smalley. Smalley long down court, Bowling. Downey races to the bucket. Now Bowling backs it up, peels off to the sidelines and looks. Flips it back outside to Bivens. Left side Corpetz, and there's your ball game. The Kokomo Wildcats have won the 1992 boys basketball sectional with a 60-42 victory over Northwestern, holding the Tigers to only 2 fourth-quarter points and win going away by 18. But oh, what a marvelous effort Northwestern gave here tonight. They're 3 quarters of play, playing the Kokomo Wildcats mighty tough before the Cats pull away. They outscore Northwestern 13-2 in the fourth.
And athletic director Jim Kalane present the game ball and sectional trophy to your 1992 Kokomo sectional champions, the Kokomo Wildcats. To this year's runners-up, the Northwestern Tigers. Attention Wildcat fans, here is the schedule for boys regional basketball tickets. On Monday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., ticket orders for players, coaches, managers, cheerleaders, and administration will be taken. On Tuesday, March 10th from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., again, tickets for players, coaches, managers, and cheerleaders picking up their tickets. At 10 to 12, priority A, who bought sectional tickets. From 12 to 2:30 p.m., priority B, who bought sectional tickets. Again, that's on Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Priority A ticket holders who bought sectional tickets, and from 12 to 2:30 p.m. Priority B who bought sectional tickets. On Wednesday, March 11th, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Priority C who bought sectional tickets, and from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Priorities A, B, and C who did not buy sectional tickets. Again on Wednesday from 8 to 10 a.m., priority C, who bought sectional tickets, and 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., priorities A, B, and C, who did not buy sectional tickets. And on Thursday, March 12th, from 8 to 9 a.m., school employees who bought sectional tickets, 9 to 11 a.m., season ticket holders, and from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., Members of the general public may purchase tickets on Thursday. Student ticket sales for downtown and South Campus will be as follows. On Tuesday from 7 to 3 p.m., students with all sports tickets, and Wednesday and Thursday from 7 to 3 p.m., any student may purchase regional tickets. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have a final score in from another sectional. Anderson 51, Anderson Highland 50. A reminder, too, that this year's Kokomo sectional winner will go to the Marion Regional. Again, Kokomo will be playing in the Marion Regional this year.